You know, there are a lot of sick people in this world, and this guy falls right into that category with those lot of sick people. So this man's name is Mark William Ackett, and he was a Florida teacher, and he was just sentenced to 15 years in prison, which I truly believe he should have got way more, for recording more than 100 naked girls in his classroom. Let's get into it. A Florida teacher who secretly filmed dozens of students changing clothes in his fashion design classroom was sentenced to 15 years behind bars. I wonder if that's why he became a fashion design teacher. Mark William Ackett, who will also remain a registered sex offender for the rest of his life, was sentenced on Monday in a Tampa courtroom. There's so much suffering in this case by so many different people due to the actions of the defendant. There's very little I can say today to make any of that better, Judge Laura Ward said, according to Tampa Bay Times. Last month, the 52-year-old former teacher pleaded guilty to 324 counts of video voyeurism. His defense lawyers asked for a maximum sentence of 3 years plus probation, saying that their client will continue seeking treatment for a diagnosed voyeuristic disorder. There's actually a disorder for that. They must have created that specifically for PC. In 3 years, that was their max. Well, in that case, I'm glad he got the 15. During the 2-hour sentencing hearing, Ackett stayed composed while some of his friends, fellow church members, as well as his wife of 30 years, begged for leniency. That's crazy. His wife of 30 years even was on his side, even after she knew what he did. According to the paper, the disgraced teacher couldn't bring himself to look at the dozens of former students and colleagues who attended the hearing. The first victim to speak, Eva Appleby, worked alongside Ackett for 12 years when he was an assistant principal at Bloomingdale High School, and then again when he returned to the school in 2017 after a stint working in the district offices. What Mark did was not an isolated lapse of judgment, but calculated and deliberate criminal act, she said. Mark groomed and chose his victims, gaining their trust and then taking advantage of them. She also spoke of the shock she felt after learning she was the only adult in the videos. According to prosecutors, after Ackett returned to the school as the girls' track coach and fashion design teacher in 2017, he collected, cropped, and edited hundreds of nude and partially nude videos and photos of 125 victims changing in the fashion design class dressing room. 124 of them were students. When I found out what you had done, I was filled with disgust. But when I found out I was a victim, I was filled with hate, one of the victims told Ackett on Monday. I hope you get the help you need because you need help, and I hope that one day I can see you in heaven. But I think you need nothing less than a maximum sentence for everything you've done to us, she said. I wish I could go back and change what I did or do something to make amends, but I know that I cannot, he said. I feel especially ashamed of what I did because you treated me with such care. Some of you confided in me with your fears and problems, and many of you consider my classroom a safe space to escape the problems that you face. I will never forgive myself for turning something that should have been a fond memory for you into something that you would rather forget, he added. Ackett was only caught because one of his students noticed a box with a light coming from it when she was changing in a dressing area inside the classroom. Inside the box, she found a cell phone that appeared to be recording. The 17-year-old student found a second cell phone and reported it to the school principal, who contacted Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Ackett later told officials that he had been recording students without their knowledge since January 2017. And I don't know if they think they mentioned it or not, but they said that he actually got arrested in September of 2018 and was convicted on Thursday, April 1st, and then he was just sentenced this week. This is absolutely insane. I know I say that a lot in a lot of my videos, and unfortunately it's not so surprising because these teachers, some of them are extremely sick. Like, this guy literally had over a year's worth, and shoot, he probably had more than that, but he had over, as far as we know, over a year's worth of private videos that he was recording of these underage girls through his camera on his phone through a little hole. And who knows what he was doing with those videos. That's why I say, you never know what they're going to do with those images. They could have put them things online, and online there's a lot of perverts and predators out there. I mean, he's a pervert and predator himself, but I'm talking about the ones that will go above and beyond to stalk these girls and do damage. So I'm glad that he actually got the time was it that he was sentenced to 15 years, because 3 years, what is that? 3 years they tried to give him? No, that's nah. But 15 years, in my honest opinion, is still not enough, because they say he's 52, so that means he'll get out before he's 70, or by the time, well, yeah, like right before he turns 70, or right at the cusp of turning 70. But yeah, this dude is sick, and hopefully they put him in gym pop, and hopefully they are made aware of what he did. And then you have his wife; she's up there trying to beg for leniency for him. She's sick as well. As a woman, she should have felt some type of way that her husband, that she laid next to every night, had videos of underage girls in his phone that were half nude or nude, and then had one adult in there the same way. Because then you got to say to yourself, wow, you felt some type of way about me, that you had to go and record and get pleasure from underage girls. That should have said something to her, but apparently she didn't feel some type of way about it, because she was up there begging for mercy for him too. So she ain't shit either. They ain't shit together. It is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.